Let's go. Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It's another exciting episode for the Homies podcast. And you guys can see we got some very, very, very special guests tonight. Before we introduce our special guest, Ebola, how's it going, my friend?
It's going good. We're here on another Thursday show to talk about whatever craziness happened this week or in past. How's Chris doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Before we introduce our guests, like it's an honor to have her on, and like shout out once again, shout out to the Riververse. Like we a Riververse channel. Like we all, anytime we have a chance to get somebody on, we always gonna shout them out or whatever. But before Phantom introduces our guests, I'm gonna say my usual thing. It's Thursday night. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. Phantom, go ahead.
Welcoming for the very first time for the Homies podcast, Carrow, Ripley's right hand woman. So, how you doing?
I'm tired, but that's my constant state of being. So that's pretty normal. But thank you so much for inviting me tonight. This was something I was looking forward to because we talked about this Chris, we talked about this in October, didn't we? You were like, you got to get you on. I was like, okay. And then it was like, how about January? It's like, okay, that's really advanced planning. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Because I understand people are busy during the holidays, and I just wanted everybody to have a good, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, or whatever. Like, because, I kind of just say, go enjoy yourself, be blessed and merry, and all that good stuff.
Mhm.
So, Chris, what we got to talk about tonight, homie?
So for our first thing, we're gonna talk about some Riververse news and a little bit of updates. So Carrow, what's going on in Riververse land so far? What's some of the top stories going on so far? Like, I know you dropped a book recently. I know
I
Jay
dropped a
just
book.
dropped a book.
I dropped a book. Yep. So I dropped a book. It's called Dirty Deeds. It is it's a sci-fi about following a ragtag group that could be bad, could not be. You have to read it to find out. But one day they just come across this wormhole that spits out 3 confused humans, and they're like, "Well, we don't know what to do with you, but we need to lay low, and this thing that you call Earth seems really far away, so maybe we'll go there." Right? So it kind of picks up on that story thread and kind of I hopefully if you guys like it leads into the rest of the story, but I guess I'll find out when you guys read it because I mean at the end of the day if you guys don't like it I don't get to keep writing it. So
I have to pick up a copy. But the thing is, Rip will be dropping books every week, every month, every
yeah.
2 weeks. I can't keep up. Rip will go make me broke. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
yeah, everybody's been telling me it's like my wallet is saying mercy, but the good news at least for me is that they're being the cover A is being sold for $19 right now, so it's not like it's one of the bigger books right now.
Yeah, for sure. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, you guys have just been like killing it. I mean, like every time when I'm looking up, I'm like, wait, he just dropped again? Is he like Kendrick Lamar or something? Is he like dropping like dropping like music? Well, in this case, he's dropping comic books like it's crazy. So I'm glad that
I'm
I'm
also
waiting for
like that.
anime. I'm waiting for some anime. I'm waiting to see him take his characters and bring them to the screen.
hey,
I
I
want
already
to see
made my
horse
donation.
He's
movies.
trying. He's
Uh,
trying. That's what the whole Ripperworks thing that we're doing right now is. It's to make like those animations. So I think we already went ahead and hit the first goal, which was 50,000, and so the second goal, which that ends tomorrow, if you guys want to throw some pennies at it. But the second goal is 100,000, and so if we get that, it's like a full like he's got it
he
all
already
on
got
the
a plan
website.
now. He already
Yeah, like it was interesting because it went from like I'm thinking about to like and so one thing I've learned about working with Eric is anytime he says I'm thinking about I'm like so we're launching it Friday, right? Um it's always been like that and like the last time like with the Ripperworks thing when he was like yeah I'm thinking about it I was like okay so like when do I need to write the copy for it and he was like no we're just talking about it right now. It's like Eric I've worked for you for 3 years. I know what's going to happen. You're going to want to launch it on Friday. And he was like, no, we're not going to do that. So I went to the people who do the maintenance for their website. And I was like, it's happening on Friday, $10. Right. And so And so the next day, because the lead web dev is a lady, and she messaged me and she's like, I owe you $10. So
That's how you know the relationship is so good, where like your boss can say something and you like, yeah, it's gonna be this and this, and like the other people don't know that you know that person very well, or whatever, and they're gonna say like, man, he ain't gonna do it. $10 says he does it, or whatever. Like,
yeah. Well, and last quarter, that's probably been like our most busiest launch period that we've ever had. And I've mentioned this like on another stream, but I was kind of like, because in September I had made a publishing schedule, right? And I had made it because I was trying to make things more flow better with the printer, right? So that way we could get like reserved printing space and all of that. And I sent the schedule to Eric, and he approved it, and he said it was a good idea to do it. And then we didn't follow it like at all, because what happened was, because in my initial thing we were going to drop 2 books a month, right? So we were going to drop a book, week off, drop a book, and do all the prep and stuff like that. And then it went from that idea to suddenly we were dropping a book almost every week, right? And I was sitting there and I was like, Eric, can you tell me what's going on? He's like, the time is right. And I was like, that's fantastic. Who's telling you the time? Like, why are we doing this?
I remember when Ripple was on and we were talking about stuff. And he's like, I want to take it slow. I want to take it steady. And it's like, balls to the wall, baby. Let's go. It's like, I mean, I still remember when he dropped ISOM 1. And you know the ratio between ISOM 1 and ISOM 2, and it's like now it's like book. It's like, damn, man, he's made it. Yeah, he's made it.
I'm so happy for him. Like, I made my donations towards the animation thing. Like, I want to see this. I already made my donations. All right, like, you know, like this is.
Did you guys hear the story about the 5K? Did you hear the story about the final?
That one.
Oh man, I was there for that. That was like my big brag point. I just want to let you know that. So, in my space sci-fi, I have a sexy space elf. Her name is Rinlin, right? And I know what I was doing when I made her. Like, she's totally for the male gaze. Okay, I did it intentionally. And one of the things that happened is, because we had just launched Dirty Deeds, everybody was coming in saying like, well, are you going to do a Dirty Deeds animation and stuff like that? And he said, it's like, look, I'll tell you what, if we make the last 5K by the end of the stream, I will give you guys a dedicated Rinlin animation. And 15 minutes later, we made the final 5K.
Well, people love your stuff. I mean, the Rippaverse is hands down probably one of the better comic book series, ever. I mean, you have everything from Alpha Core to Yaira to ISOM, and all the stuff that's coming out like in the last year alone.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when he announced Yaira, and we were all in Discord and we were watching the little thing that Sasuke's did. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be dope.
Yeah, I can't wait for us to finish, or not finish, but to continue Yaira, because like the Sasukas have written, like obviously they've written more. And I had the privilege to read it, and it's actually really good. So I'm really hoping that we get that to you guys. But I don't get to make those certain calls. My job is like, once it goes into production, I have to be like a soccer mom and be like, did you turn in your homework? Did you get this done? Why is so and so's eyes blue on this panel and then they become green on that planet? Like, that's usually when I come in, right?
Detailer.
Yeah, and I originally didn't want to do it, but what happened was I found a panel where Ingrid was flying, right? And nobody had caught it. And so now I just kind of became like that person.
That's what you got to do sometimes. Like, you gotta have quality. You have to have the quality product, man. Like, so I mean, that's one thing that I like about you, like about your guys' company, is like you guys push the quality over quantity. Like you listen to what your fans have to say, unlike the big two or whatever. We ain't gonna drop the names, but if you know, or whatever. So
I wonder who those could be.
I don't know.
One's nickname Horrible.
Oh, Horrible. I've read a lot of Horrible comics.
Horrible. The other's nickname Incompetent.
Oh no.
I mean, like Dead Comic Books or something like that. Something like
that. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's the other
one. Yeah, how could this happen?
Like one thing, like I'm a comic book fan. my first comic book was the original Ghost Rider, Curtis Slade as a kid. And I
Mhm.
love Ghost Rider and I love Batman. And when Ripa dropped Horseman, I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, he's got his Batman. He's got his Batman / Punisher. And
Yeah.
voiced by Superman himself, Dean Cain, by the way.
that
It's
was
like,
super cool.
And
Yeah.
also shout out to
ooh,
Chuck Dixon, the person, the god, the
yeah.
myth, the legend for Nightfall series, Punisher, all those
Mhm.
comic books, all those legends. We need to try to get him out to make a con. Like we gotta get him out there, man.
No,
Like
we need to get Chuck Dixon on this show because I could do a whole episode talking about Nightfall. One of
yeah,
my favorite
Yeah,
comic book
you
stories
you would
of all time.
you would be more successful getting him on a stream than going to MegaCon.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
So
He's like, I don't want to talk to you people.
Yeah,
no, it's not that.
Mr. Dixon, if you see this, get in touch with Crease, man. We would love to talk to you about Nightfall, man.
I'll
Straight
just
up.
DM him on X. That's all you have to
Mhm.
do.
Oh,
Just
okay.
DM him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try. Well, I know what I got to do now. Like I'm put it to the corner again. But like, all right, like I gotta hit up Chuck Dixon.
We gotta make that happen, man. I got to talk to him about
We gotta talk
Nightfall,
That's
to
your
man.
him.
goal. That's your goal for this year. Get Chuck Dixon
Yeah.
on the show. There you
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
yeah. We gotta get Chuck Dixon. And we got some other people. Maybe Vanessa. I need to talk to you about that. By the way, it's like, um, but other than that, I think we got some other news outside of Riververse news. Our Phantom is somebody dropped the article about Criticalist or like the
Yeah, so Blaine, the guy that created Critic List, did a live stream a few days ago. Thank you. Shout out to MCampu fan for bringing it to our attention that he was getting sued by
What?
multiple people. Yeah, that
Suppose
go ahead, Ebola.
apparently I was also kind of watching as well, but according to him and what Campy has said is that he's getting sued by people that hate the Fellowship specifically. I guess because they are doing a
Better job.
a review site that's based by audience and not paid or paid reviewers.
so
I
like
don't know.
so they're like he's getting sued for pay reviewers. Is
He's
that
getting sued. He's getting sued by people because I guess because they don't like the fact that he has the reviews on his site is made by actual reviews and not paid reviewers.
oh okay
And
okay
and
it's up to
also
fan.
they're also
You got,
like they were putting like copyrighted art on the channel
I
on
don't
the critics list and
I don't
stuff like
I
that
don't know how
too.
that would because half the stuff that is just the movie posters and
Mhm.
and photos of the movie or maybe set photos. That's
That's
all that.
crazy.
That's the
Yeah.
only things that would you could I guess consider copyright.
yeah. I don't know any more of the details. I only know because like either Ebola or Phantom or Campia knows a
Okay.
little bit more.
AP says that apparently the sources for Crystal's images were copyrighted and no one knew about it.
Like,
Mhm.
Is it like so Carol, do you know anything about like copywriting or anything like that? Or
oh, I know
like
a lot about copyright. Oh yeah. So like I was just thought that was curious because some stuff is considered public domain. I know like a couple of years ago there was like this one like little group that tried to come after Eric because so what happened was
Wasn't it a
when it
church?
no, that's something completely different.
Oh, okay.
But what happened was I'm trying to sorry, my mental Rolodex is like spinning real
nah,
quick.
it's good.
So what happened was Eric at one point had a widget on his website where when he put a video up on YouTube, the widget would take it and put it on his website, right? But what happened is when you put stuff up on YouTube, like that's fine. YouTube's responsible for the images and the stuff that's on your thumbnails. It's not you, and then that's why they'll take stuff down. But when it's on your website, then people can come out and claim that images are copyright, right? And so there was a group at one point that tried to do that to Eric, and the lawyer got involved, and I didn't hear about that ever again. So when you're saying this and can the chat clarify if it's not YouTube but it's actually on the Criticalist website, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That might be why. Yeah. So there's a couple of like little groups that will basically go and will take images and they will copyright them. And so if they show up on your website, but they're not showing up on YouTube, then they'll come after you and they will copyright like everything. Right.
Wow.
And that's why, okay, so it is on the website. So I think that sounds like what's going on to me, not knowing anything else about this, just what you're telling me. That's what it sounds like. Allegedly for entertainment purposes. Please don't sue me. But yeah, no, that's what that sounds like to me. And if you guys ever notice, if you look at Eric's like YouTube page right now, the way that he changed his thumbnails is mostly because of stuff like that too.
Like making it 100% his own, like he has his own spin, has his own animation style or whatever.
If I remember right, wasn't it they took some of the artwork and they changed it up a little bit here and there to like make it like their own, and they tried to say, "Oh, he stole it from them" and stuff like that. I remember that back then.
Yeah,
that
'cause, I
was that
mean,
was hectic.
yeah, they tried to do it with like a warehouse thing too and some other
Mhm.
stuff. And like the problem is like, at least when it comes to like the legal stuff like this, it's like it's gonna cost no matter what because because if you don't contest it, you're gonna have to pay. But if you do contest it, then you have to pay
You
the
have to pay.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does
Mhm.
like you're paying one way or another.
It's like,
Yeah.
all because people got a difference of opinion, and you put the power back into the people's
Hands of the
hands.
people.
And I would not be surprised. And allegedly, I can't prove it or ever. Don't you ever sue me on this. I'm just saying, maybe like Rotten Tomatoes is looking at other competition and just say like, hey, you are a big threat and everything, and we gotta shut that thing down. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe.
Well, you can look
Chris, you
at it
got
like you can look at like Nintendo and Pal World, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
like so Nintendo and the Pal World situation, that even got even crazier because at one point like Nintendo tried to copyright, writing a summoned animal, right? And
Oh yeah.
and bless whoever it was in the copyright office that was like, that's retarded and just slapped it down, right? Because
Well-
that was used in so many games. You couldn't say it was yours.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
mean,
the stupid. Like it's just Pokemon Company compliance of having no competition.
Well, that was
That
the thing.
one-
So I love Power World, and I play Power World a lot. And it's like the like they shouldn't have marketed it as Pokemon with guns. That's what screwed them over.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's a great game. It's like they've changed so much in Power World to where when you summon your pals, they don't attack anymore, and it's like it's boring now. Like you can't ride certain creatures anymore when you summon them. You only can ride like the bigger animals.
So
And
they
it's like you
neutered the
can't.
game.
Yeah.
They probably had to
So-
change so much to distinctive where Pokemon didn't have any grounds to sue them anymore.
Was it
Mhm.
the company that marketed like Pokemon, or was it the fan base that compared it to Pokemon?
It
think
might
it's
have been the fan.
base.
Could be
It
both.
might have
Yeah.
been the fan base,
Mhm.
and then Nintendo probably saw it. It's
Nintendo
like,
heard
oh,
of it.
if it's Nintendo if it's Pokemon with guns, we have grounds to sue, right?
Well,
Yeah,
they did
so-
it
go on.
didn't help that it didn't help also that most of the characters from Power World sort of similarly look like Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like Jeremy says, like Nintendo is good and bad. One hand, they don't pay attention to current stuff, but also they don't pay attention to current stuff because they're
Mhm.
Yeah.
so it's a double-edged
It's
sword.
one of those things of, wait a minute, that looks really familiar. Can we
Well,
sue? Like,
no, they
it's like-
can.
Yeah.
They can in that case because they can prove that there's like a brand carry. Like, so if you're carrying off of my idea, right, and you're causing me financial hardship because of it, then they can sue.
Mhm.
So
There was someone that made Ash a mod in Pokemon Go in Power World, and it got shut down real quick.
yeah,
Oh,
you can't do,
that's
you
sad.
can't do that.
Everyone's like,
Oh,
Everyone's
the
like, you
Pokemon
should-
mod. There was a Pokemon
everyone's
mod.
like, you should have saw that coming.
Yeah.
So when you say that when somebody's marketing off your idea, so for instance, if somebody was to take Isom, for instance, and then they said like they got the form of Isom, but like they just happened to like change Isom up just a tad bit. Like you could still like Eric could like on those
If
grounds.
if
Yeah.
you so it's if there's confusion, right? If people are kind of like, "Oh, I thought it was this. I didn't know," right? So, I'm trying to think of a really good one. Okay, so let's take Superman and Brian Solari, right? If I put them next to each other, you know they're different,
Yeah.
right? Even though we could say like this is our tribute to Superman, he is not Superman. But if I change the color of his uniform to red with a little bit of blue, if I gave him like full black hair and all of that, and he started to look a little bit more like Superman, then we would probably be having a very different conversation at work, right?
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One good example that skirts it but doesn't is actually Homelander, right? Because Homelander on the surface looks a lot like Superman, but then when you actually get into the character, he is definitely not Superman,
Yeah.
right?
He's
So
Trump.
yeah, Orange Man bad, right?
According to the media people, he's the allegory for Trump.
Yeah, I mean, whatever makes them happy, right? Project all you want. But
I
it's when that happens. So, and that's part of like one of the things that happens actually with speedster characters because unfortunately, because of the trope of a speedster, they all look the same. And so the first thing that happens is people are like, "What version of Wally West is this?" And it's like, "Well, it's not Wally West." He's like, "But it's a speedster character. All the characters are Wally West, right?" And that's unfortunate because when you get into like the actual science of making a speedster character, like the way that they look always makes sense, but then it's like Quicksilver, everything, it's just
Yeah, they
It's the same
they
thing like
they
being
always.
with
I mean,
Atlanta.
they literally have lightning bolts on their costumes at some point on their body because they're they're.
Yeah.
they make static electricity. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
I
they
mean,
usually, they're
even
usually
Ripa has his own speedster now, and it's like people
At least
people are retarded when it comes to shit like that.
they can be, yeah. But that's what happens with like brand confusion. Like I really liked what we did with like Blue Shift in the terms of like the costume and stuff like that. I thought that was really good. But people like you were talking about because they only really know one, that's all they compare it to, right?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't help that like in marketing when we're talking about like new IPs and stuff like that, like we actually have to compare it to another thing, right?
That's
So
gonna
when I
happen regardless.
yeah, so when people ask me about Horseman, right? When they asking me, it was like, "Well, what's the story about?" I was like, "Well, imagine if Batman and Punisher had a baby and he was just set loose on the city, right?" Like
That's what I said. That's
Yeah.
what I said when I first saw him. I'm like, "Holy shit, we got Batman, fucking Punisher combined! Holy crap!" And
Yeah.
it's voiced by Superman for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is actually the poster that sold me on it because I wasn't involved with the project, right? Like I just saw this concept art, and in the concept art, what you saw was Hector in his horseman outfit, falling at you, and it looked like there was fire on his batons, and I was like, Chuck, what are you doing? Like, what is this, right?
He's
And
like,
then
"Let me
and I
cook."
yeah. And I didn't know anything about the project after that until like Kanan did like this poster and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And he was like, "Well, it's for the book." And I was like, "Show me."
I want to know.
Yeah. And so after that, I was like, "That's my boyfriend." Like I absolutely love this character, right? Like he's my favorite.
like for me when we had Ripa on, it's like one of my major questions was who's your Trinity? So I'm gonna ask you this: who do you think is Ripa's Trinity? Like like Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman of the Rippaverse. Who do you think
Oh,
is his
that
Trinity?
would be Avery, Yaira, and Brian.
Yeah. So pretty
Yeah.
much Isom,
Yeah.
Ira, and
But you could also that would be his trinity, but you also have Isom, Bloodroot, and Gooding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's cheating on his two teams, right? So
you're having a little civil war here.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So-
we were talking to him. I'm like, dude, like you gonna do a Justice League type in your universe? He's like, maybe not yet. I haven't worked on it yet. And I'm like, I'll be down
Fair
for
enough.
it.
Fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
give us some
I-
time.
I know when Mike Barron, he wrote like this script where he wanted to like get to that point already. And I was like, Mike, bless you. We're not close to
We're
that
not
yet.
even that close,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. But I
I
mean,
mean,
Mike
you
has
got.
good instincts.
I mean, you guys don't have like omega level threats yet in the universe
Yeah.
yet. I mean, it's like I told Rippos, like when you guys do it, you got at least have some omega level like influence
Mm-hmm.
come in. It's like to bring everybody together,
Yeah.
you know.
And I think he's listening to everybody because, like, the more
Mm.
people that I talk to about the Riververse or whatever, they're like saying, like, "Yo, when they all gonna like all of them gonna like come together like the Avengers or the Justice League or whatever?" But of course, Ripa's a great storyteller, so he will know when it's time or whatever. Like he'll know when it's time or whatever. So
I know, like, in a writing meeting when we were kind of talking about that, he was like, I don't want to get to that point yet. Like, I want all of our characters to like breathe and I want them to be isolated and let them stand on their own for a bit before
yeah,
we put them all together in some big story. So, but it's not just one character though. It's gonna be multiple. So far, like the ones that we have probably fleshed out the most is it's gonna be Isom, Yaira, and Horseman, but we still need to flesh out Bloodruth, and we need to and Alpha Core, right?
yeah.
And then the other stuff that's in the pipeline, I don't know if he's gonna wait for that to come down as well. So like I only know of like a couple of things that it's that whole thing is like I've been thinking about. I was like, oh, have you? I would like so tell me more about these thoughts that are probably gonna be done on Friday. But
More Friday
As long
news.
as long as he don't do time traveling shenanigans like they do in the MCU, I'm good.
I can't do time travel. Like
Yeah.
I saw Andrew was in the chat at one point, and Andrew's heard me rant about timey-wimey before. And my general rule is if your story is not timey-wimey, do not put timey-wimey in it because it will mess up everything.
Yeah.
And that even happened
Lazy
in
writing.
well, it's that, but it's also like even like Star Trek Next Generation because they have timey-wimey in their stuff too, right? Like even they were like struggling to like have it make sense at some points. But the only way they were able to save the whole thing was actually because of the Q continuum. I'm going to get nerdy here for a minute, and then I'm going to answer the question about Gooding. But like, so for example, there's obviously like different timelines and stuff. That's why we got like the new reboot that happened a couple years ago. And one of the things that happened, and it was explained in a book, it was called IQ, and it was partly written by John Delancey, who's the actor that plays Q. And in that book, he talked about how in every timeline there is a continuum, but they're not always called Qs. And at one point, the Qs went to war with the Rs from another timeline, right? Like they showed up. And when the R's showed up, they're like, we have come to eradicate you because we have, decided that you're not actually at an intellectual level that should continue existing, right? And the Q's all looked at each other and like, that actually makes sense. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's like, well, we can't go to war if you agree to it. And it was like, oh, well, what should we do? It's like, well, you can't go to war for logical reasons. That's not how war works. And so like the R's got together and talked and came back. It's like, we're going to war with you because your mother wears spotted underwear. And they're like, it's on. And they had this big fight.
Well, I mean, like if you really want to think about it, it's like the Q is like the Star Trek version of Mr. Mixie, and the R's are like Batmite,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But as for Gooding, I know that there's scripts. I don't know what the status on that is because again, it's like I come in when they're in production, and that's when I start looking at things being like, why are the eye colors changing? So that's all I know about Gooding.
She's the ultimate detailer.
Yeah. Well, if I don't catch it, you guys do, and you ask me about it at conventions, being like, oh, I had a question about page 62 here. It's not the same as page 60, and I wanted to discuss it with you. And I also wrote,
yeah, we got a friend like that, the vagabond. He's like, yeah, there's like 1 panel that they have like the same van, and it's the same way in each one. And I'm like, oh, give it a rest, vagabond.
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
One guy showed up with an essay. Right, he showed up with an essay, and he was like, "I wanted to let you know that I was going through the pages, and I found these errors, and I wanted to share them with you." And I was like, "Oh, did you?" And he handed it to me. I was like, "Wow, you put a lot of work into this. Thank you." And then I sent it to the team, and I was kind of like, "There you go."
Autism at work. Autism at work.
I mean, you're gonna edit my stuff.
It's better to let him do all the work, and then like you guys, that saves you guys a lot more money. So yeah, you got to take it like.
Well, I told them my goal for the next convention is not to have somebody write me an essay about everything we missed. I was like, that's my goal.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Ebola. Can you pull up the trailer that we have for Trailer Trash real quick for Avengers Doomsday?
We gotta be careful with that because people have been getting hit for that.
Yeah.
You gotta
Just
be
turn
careful
the sound
with it.
off.
I
What, the
usually have to
X-Men one?
remove it anyway because even
what-
with the
we're
sound
so
off,
u-
we still get
we're
hit
s-
for it.
Yeah, we're so used to like us had to taking it out, so it's like it's. So
Are you
funny.
talking about the
feeling-
X-Men one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the X-Men one. The one
Okay.
that I
Yeah.
left in chat. Yeah, we're so used to Carrow. Like I'd be telling yo Phantom, get ready to take this out. Like he's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
It's the Supergirl. We literally had no audio for the Supergirl trailer, and I literally had to take it out 3 different times when we showed
Thanks,
each of the
Warner
trailers.
Brothers, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna like watch this trailer, and just give our thoughts on it, or whatever, and go ahead. And of course, we can't play the music or whatever because
X-Mansion.
X-Men.
You know, when I saw this, I thought this was AI.
Death comes for us all.
Yeah. Yeah, you got like Professor X, Patrick Stewart, and Ian McKellen with the. Yeah.
I didn't know Patrick needed money.
Well,
Yeah.
after because season 3 ended, he's got to have something. He's got to fall back on something.
Yeah.
He sure didn't make money off of Doctor Strange.
Well, he died like within 5 seconds.
Again.
Oh wow. Let these men retire. Oh my goodness.
And then you got Cyclops doing the classic like shooting.
Ah.
Yeah, shooting in the air. But yeah, like are you planning on watching Avengers Doomsday, Kira?
No. No.
I don't care.
Like
Okay, I have a
I've
good
lost
question
so
for
much-
you. I got a good question for you. What did you think when Creasy's got a funny story about this when Robert Downey Jr. was going to be Doctor Doom?
You know, like that gif of like the guy at his desk and he like flips it up. That was me. Yeah.
Creasy, tell the story
I was
about me about Doctor Doom.
Yeah, so Kara, we told this story before on the internet before, but like early that day when Robbie Downey Jr. was going to be Doctor Doom, me and Phantom were in Discord. We were just shooting the shit or whatever. We were like talking about what we're doing for the show, but then we just started talking about like Doctor Doom out of nowhere. And I just said like, hey man, what if Robbie Downey Jr. ended up being like Doctor Doom? And I'm just laughing like, ha ha ha.
I
And, like,
fucking hate it.
He said like, oh man, that'd be the most dumbest thing. About 5-6 hours later, I was like, I bust out laughing. I said, yo, Phantom, how do you remember when I said like, Robbie Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom, right? He said, yeah, what's up? Yeah, it's official. He's Doctor Doom. And this man like started
Our rant. I was pissed. I was, and I called it right down. I said, yeah, it's gonna be Tony Stark that never went to the cave. They're completely ruining this 100%. And I was livid for nearly 2 hours. I was so angry. I'm still mad at it.
Well, because like the whole reason they let Robert go wasn't because they wanted to sacrifice the character. I'm sorry if anybody thinks like that was the big actual end game. The reason they let him go is because like Robert is Robert's expensive. He is like the most expensive actor to have in that franchise. And they were like, okay, so we're gonna end the story and we're gonna let you go. Right. And now that like the whole thing is like starting to tank, they're like, well, how do we save this? Because we already killed Tony. And it was like, okay, we'll just bring the actor back as somebody else. And it was like, wow, you must be really desperate.
You're desperate.
Like,
I said
no set either.
I said this when they did Deadpool. See, this is because of Deadpool and Wolverine, the cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool Wolverine, loved the movie. I called it. I said it was going to be $1 billion film, and I was right.
Mhm.
And I said from here on out, the Marvel movies are going to be, they're going to bring cameos back, and I was right. And it's like, I am so man. It just when he came out on stage and he takes the mask off, I was literally I was hitting my desk. I'm like, I am so mad at this. And you're right, Robert Downey Jr. 100 was it almost $200 million to come back to the franchise.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like he's getting like 80 million each movie, something like that. It's
No,
almost 200
he's
million.
getting 100. He's getting 100 something million.
Yeah,
Period for both
it's
movies.
it's for both movies. Like
Dr. Demi's getting paid 100 million.
100 million each
Oh.
movie.
Just for the role as Dr. Doom. Getting more than 100 million.
That's driving up the
So,
price
which
too.
is around 800 million each.
I want his lawyer. How do I get
80
his lawyer?
80
Yeah.
million $80 million each.
$80 million each. So that's like 160 million.
Yeah, that
I
it
bet
also
you
inc-
any. I
that
bet
also
you.
includes private jet travel and dedicated security.
Yeah, well, he needs the security, but I bet you
That is
anything. The reason he's asking for that much is because they tried to put in like some kind of streaming clause, right? And
Yeah.
because of what happened to Scarlett, he's like, "Nah, you can just pay me up front."
Yeah.
I bet that's why it's like that. I did suspicion, allegedly. Please don't sue me.
Yeah. But also he's cool with the Russos or whatever. He probably just said like, listen, it's Disney. They got it. Just you know my fee and everything. Like it's
Yeah.
like you came back to the GOAT. You guys because I guarantee you he's not just playing Doctor Doom too. I think that other 80 million is like for Tony too. Like I think he's coming back as Iron Man like one more time.
there's
Another
gonna be
alternate universe. Tony
an
Yeah.
shows
alternate
up.
universe where Tony died in the cave.
Yeah. Or like no, it's gonna like because you already know they're gonna have that post credit scene, and then you see the big old circle, and he's coming in like with his Iron Man suit, like yo, what's up
Mhm.
guys? I'm back. Like like
Well, the thing is like we're getting Doomsday, and then we're getting Secret Wars.
Yeah.
yeah,
And the thing with Secret Wars is where Peter Parker gets the symbiote. Is in Secret Wars. However, we know by the leaks that he's getting the symbiote in his new movie before Secret Wars, and I'm like, you guys you're screwing the whole lore up for Christ's sakes. I mean, you're not you're gonna have Shang-Chi come back. You're gonna have Captain America's coming back, Steve Rogers, Captain Hydra, and it's like
it's an expensive movie. This is
I
expensive.
I can't remember I asked Ripa this, but I'm gonna ask you this, Carl. Do you think that the MCU went downhill after Stan Lee's death?
No, because I mean, like let me sit with that for a minute. I think it was already kind of heading that way. They were trying to find ways to do it, but it wasn't until Mr. Lee died that they like went like hog wild with it. Just because of the way that his estate was set up. And I'll be honest, like, people have come out and said the person that's in charge of his estate right now is not a good person, allegedly entertainment purposes. But you can almost kind of see it in the way that they've like taken the IP and I want to say abused it to a point because here's a good example. There was definitely like some quality checks on some of that earlier stuff that came out, right? With the exception of the Hulk, because when Edward Norton was playing the Hulk, that was I will die on this hill. He actually played probably the best Hulk, in my opinion. He was great.
Oh yeah,
and the source material too for it or whatever.
Yeah. Well, he actually rewrote the whole script. I don't know if you guys knew that because he read the script. Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah. So what happened? So like Edward is a guy that he only signs on to films that he really believes in, right? And so when they asked him if he wanted to play in the Hulk, I mean, the first thought was like, yeah, I want to. And he read the script and he was like, the script is terrible, right? But Edward, first name basis, like I know him, but I've never met him. But Edward went and read it, and then he got back with him. And he was like, could we do this? But would you give me an opportunity to fix and rewrite it, right? And Edward was a name, and they were like, yeah, go ahead and do it. And then at that point, it turned into production hell because Edward had rewritten it. He had studied the source material. He had done everything. And then at that point, the studio kept getting in the way and kept messing things up. And if you actually go look at the speech he gave for the award he got for playing it, he has a line in there where he said, I did my very best because all I wanted to do was be in a good movie. Right. And that's why.
He pitched a fuss because how they portrayed Abomination in it. That wasn't Abomination. That was Doomsday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he gave us the curse of Mark Ruffalo because they asked him to come back as
they didn't want him to come back.
Yeah, they didn't want him to come back.
Yeah, they thought he was too difficult. But he honestly, like, I really wish, like, if I could have a timey-wimey moment, I would go into the timey-wimey universe and watch the movies where Edward got to be the Hulk. Like, that would be like my personal joy. But I'm finding out. Yeah. Well, what I'm finding out right now is thanks to AI, I can just like replace Russ and just put Edward in there anyway. So maybe I can still live like the dream I want. I would feel kind of bad about it, but I also at the same time I'd really just rather that be him.
I mean, there was a lot of good stuff, and they did some good things in that movie. And they did some, wrong things in that movie. It's like
it's really forgettable.
The leader. Oh God.
Oh yeah, the leader in Captain America 4 doesn't make any sense.
Dude, you gotta remember, he's not the leader. He's freaking Broccoli Head.
It's like, oh God, I hate the leader as a villain, as a person. Like, I hate him in the comic books. I hate him in the cartoons. I hate him in the live action. I just don't.
Yeah, but the leader was a little trash talking little piece of shit that could get shit done. It's like this dude is like. He should be on a list somewhere. Someone needs to check his hard drives.
Oh man.
Man.
But yeah, I think it's just gonna be an expensive project. This is how you know people. This is how you know no one doesn't respect Marvel anymore. Like Dune, like is saying that they're not moving their date for like Doomsday. Like they just said like, nah, we're good. We ain't moving.
I was seeing a bunch of edits of like
gonna make more money. Dune's gonna make more money.
Doomsday and Dune as like the new Barbenheimer.
Yeah. So they just said like, nah, we ain't moving. Like we good, or whatever. Because it's too, like, to be fair, it's two different fan bases. Like one is sci-fi, the other one is like people like want to see superheroes. So that's how I see it.
Yeah. Don't get me started on the Jumanji movies. Please don't.
What's wrong with
Dune's. Yeah, is this?
I don't like the Rock ones, man. I've seen them. I don't like them.
That one. I like the original Jumanji movie.
I thought the smolder moment was hilarious, though. When his special ability was smolder, that was funny.
No,
I mean,
it's
I
like
never watched them. Like the Jumanji movies.
Like for me, it's like I missed old school Marvel movies. I miss Phase 1. I really do. Until the Avengers, it's like
y'all look like Citizens Kane compared to what we got now. Maybe Eric. Maybe is there a way that Eric can like purchase Marvel, like like or DC, like
yeah, give us a good Ghost Rider movie for Christ's sake,
or both.
Or both, or whatever. Like we're gonna. I will give more donations towards that. Like,
I heard through the grapevine that one of them was coming up for sale, and there was talks about what was going to happen. But as soon as I heard that, like everything got quiet. So something is happening. Something is moving. I just don't know what it is.
Because they like look at like you never know. Because Eric's like probably looking like eyeballing it. Like you know what. If it's in the price range, I do it. Of course, I gotta talk to. Of course, he has to talk to his team. Like,
man, because it's like in a big what if world, right? In a big what if world, if somehow I had like the ability to actually like write Captain Marvel, I would take on the ultimate challenge of making it a comic book people would actually buy, right? Like that would be like my ultimate challenge. And I say it's a challenge because so it's one part writing, it's one part character because they are depicting like an actual like modern feminist in there. And I say this with like all due respect, but like most modern feminists are like the most intolerable people ever. Mostly because they're selfish. And so it's really hard to make a character that has that kind of ideology be like something that you want to believe in, right?
Yeah.
And so my challenge would be like, but what if I could do it? Right? Like I would like to make myself uncomfortable and try doing that. But
Oh, so it's like one of it's a character that can make you sweat a little bit. Like,
yeah.
like how can I make this character likable? And I think that's what's wrong with most like artists today. It's like they don't know they don't want to put in the work. If my right, Carrow, like they just don't want to put in the work as much anymore with most creators today. Would you agree with that, or they?
It
How do you,
depends. It really depends. Like I'll be honest, like a lot of choices that I've seen when it comes to like writer choices is nepotism.
mm,
And so it's a bunch of nepo babies, or trust fund babies. We can I think I can ridicule this person because it's been done publicly enough, but like Kibblesmith, for an example, right? When Kibblesmith was writing New Heroes, well, Kibblesmith's prior writing experience was writing a children's book called Mr. Claus's Husband. So I'm not sure about how writing gay
Oh, that
fiction.
guy.
Yeah, so I'm not super sure about how writing gay fiction makes you qualify to write a comic, but that was that also comes down to like who you know and stuff like that, right? And when I was looking into Mr. Kibblesmith, I saw that Kibblesmith came from money. Now, I'm not saying that if you come from money, you're not a good person or anything like that. But when you have to focus on making money, coming from money gets in the way of that because in a lot of cases, people who never had to earn it or work for it or fight for it don't know how to actually make it.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you the first thing you do with Captain Marvel, make it back into a man.
Oh,
Bring back
Marvel. Make it
Marvel.
Marvel again. Yeah.
Yes.
Make
Yeah,
Marvel
deal.
again.
Now,
That
I
that would
so
that
I
wouldn't
I
that wouldn't
s-
make it on hard mode though. I need to do this on hard mode.
well, yeah, I seen Captain Marvel, and there was some good stuff in the movie, and there's some terrible stuff in it,
Mostly
especially how
terrible.
Nick Fury lost his eye. You
Oh,
To
know,
to
Kitty
the
Cat.
cat, right?
I mean, in the comic books, he literally Nick Fury lost his eye to Red Skull. But that's from the comics. But it's like I think like with Brie Larson, to me, if she would have brought the energy that she had in Kong Skull Island to Captain Marvel, I think it would have been a better movie. She was just like a wood, and I remember what was she did an interview. She said that she was told that she had to play like she was like this robot, and I'm like, oh, you played it very well.
Yeah. I mean, she's an Oscar award winning actress, but to be fair,
To be
like
Yeah,
fair,
I'll say this, like she's changed or whatever. Like she's been like when she was
thanks to
at
Ryan
Space,
Kendall.
thank you,
yeah,
Ryan.
thanks you Ryan Kendall. But like when she was at Space Con or whatever, like she was actually like laid back. She wasn't doing no drama. She was like saying that she loved her fans, things like that, and whatever. And like she's happy with the Super Mario movies she's been to do or whatever because she's a fan of that. So and she's not taking the bait anymore. And the people on our side, I said this already. Like sometimes people do deserve a second chance, and like she's doing pretty good on her second chance, in my
And the
opinion.
thing is, she's a fan of Nintendo, so why didn't she deserve a role
Isn't
in a Nintendo movie?
isn't she like one of the few actresses that are not coming back to play her same character?
For Marvel?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
I think
she's not in the
coming,
movie, and
I think
she
she's coming
asked
back. I think she's coming back surely because like she was like walking in a I think she was trying to go vote for something like I think she was voting for something in her area or whatever, but she had like a hoodie over her head and like somebody saw a little bit of her long hair, like like blonde long hair or whatever come out of her coat or whatever. The so a lot of people are thinking that she's in gonna be in the new Doomsday movie or
so
whatever.
she's going back to long hair Kara. Maybe
Yeah.
she becomes a likable Kara this time.
Yeah.
It's
So
interesting because, like, I've seen Brie's work. Brie, first name basis, like we're friends, right?
yeah,
But I've seen Brie's work before, and she's not terrible. I actually
she's
liked
actually a
her.
good actress. She's really
Yeah,
good.
I liked her in Scott Pilgrim when she was playing like the ex-girlfriend. I thought that was fun. And I know she did like some fun kid films. And
Barbie.
yeah, I didn't see A Wrinkle in Time. I wasn't the target audience for that, but it's like
I didn't watch the
I've
newer
never
one.
seen it.
I watched
yeah.
the old Wrinkle in Time movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's one thing that I've always kind of had a thought about, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or not. It's just kind of like a speculation, but sometimes when a studio is concerned about criticism for a film, they use an actor or an actress as a meat shield, right? To
Mm.
stand in front of them. So I
Oh,
think
yeah.
and I think in some cases, like the actors are told to behave in a certain kind of way. So like with Captain Marvel, they told Brie like you're gonna have to do these things to protect the film. With Star Wars, we had Finn and that actor who keeps claiming that there's racism, and I'm like,
Tom Boyega.
that's yeah.
He's gonna be a
Eh,
mega con.
Thank you, John.
yeah, and then with Rings of Power, one of the first things they did was they what's the word? They paraded the one black dwarf in front of them. And that one was so interesting because
Oh
she
my
only did
God.
3 interviews and then she disappeared, right?
Is
And I think
Jess in
it
the chat?
yeah.
Shout out to Jessica Lindstrom. She loves Rings of Power. She can't wait season 3 to
Oh,
watch
she
party.
doesn't.
Jessica told me it was terrible. She showed me like her
It
15
was-
notes of why it was
was-
bad.
Oh, we were in.
It was
We
awful.
watched it in Discord in a watch
did you?
party, and she anger typed the whole
was-
time. It's a running
No,
joke
we
with us.
no,
we troll her with
it was so bad it became a rule we all had to type in all caps.
Well,
when
we
we're
didn't have to
watching.
do it because we were streaming at that
I
time. So we
had
were
to watch
excused.
it.
We were
But-
excused. at
But
that
you know,
time.
and that's the thing I think that they're doing, and I got like the only reason I've been thinking about it more and more is because of like the new Harry Potter show that's coming out, and one of the things they did was the
White
actor
Snake.
that they chose for Snape, right? Who and I'm sure that actor is totally fine. I just feel really bad for him because he's the one that's going to have to bear the brunt of that
Yeah.
choice, right?
Have you heard the rumors that they might do a female Voldemort?
No, the rumor is it's gonna be Cynthia Erivo from Wicked as Voldemort.
Mm.
That was my reaction to.
What about Noria? Ebola?
Narnia?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What they gonna do with
feminist movie-
Aslan?
No.
famous Christian movie that's become a feminist movie.
No.
Narnia.
No.
Well, I forgot.
It's
what was
Narnia with rock and roll. It's Narnia
Yeah.
with rock and roll.
No.
What was
Go
the
write your own book. Go write your own book. Leave that one alone.
Who was the actress playing Aslan?
Was it Meryl Streep?
Yeah,
Meryl
it was Meryl Streep.
Great actress, but like that's not.
No,
Stop.
I forgot who was playing the Wicked Witch or Jadis, but
Oh no.
It's
But
gonna-
we got some more news. Like
Oh, we have
so-
more news. More. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
lovely.
yeah. So I don't know if you noticed this, but you know, Kathleen Kennedy is actually gonna leave Carrow. Like Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down. Like
She's fired, guys. It only took 7 years.
Doesn't she get fired every year?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this time it's actually true. Like they said it's
She's a
actually
cockroach. She'll stay around for another 5 years.
exactly. But
Yeah.
they said like Dave Dave Filoni is supposed to be taking the mantle of the thing. And I'm just gonna straight up tell you, first of all, I never trust a man with a lisp. And second of all, like he's the reason why most of Star Wars is just like really soy. Like the guy that's supposed to save Star Wars is supposed to
No, it's gonna just gonna be
No.
Ahsoka Wars now.
Yeah.
it's gonna be Ahsoka Wars because for some
Hey, on the bright side, his dog will be safe.
What a fall of a great IP, right?
Yes.
What a fall.
There,
I remember like so when I was taking my sociology class because you know I go to school too much, and we were told to study like they call it what is it, cultural economic group, right? It's like a little mini culture, right? And they're like, pick any group and talk about how evolved over time. And usually they're talking about things like people who knit, right? The culture of people who knit. And so I picked the culture of Star Wars because why not?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Well, because it was like it has to be like a thing that they all have in common, that they all share. Like it fit
Yeah.
the criteria of what I was looking for.
Mhm.
And what happened is because one of the things that happens with that, and you can think about with like Harry Potter and stuff like that, is what people do is that they adopt those qualities into themselves, and then they make themselves part of the universe too. So for example, like, what's your Hogwarts house? Like, are you Jedi or are you Sith? People want to be part of that, right?
Yeah.
And so when Kathleen Kennedy came in and she was like, yeah, all this other previous written material and everything else like that, that's legend. It doesn't exist and we're not treating it as canon. Like the whole group like had like this pause moment because a lot of their identity was based off of some of that stuff that had been written. Right.
Yeah.
And then of course, like I don't have a nice way to say it, but her fucking dumb ass in an interview said like, you guys don't know how hard it is to write for a universe that has no lore. And I was like, no, we had lore, you dumb bitch. We had like 30 years of it. Yeah. And it really came down to the fact that they didn't want to pay the authors, right? Because if you take a book an author wrote, guess what? You have to
pay them.
Yeah. So, and they didn't want to do that.
Because George Lucas, if you've seen the interview, there's plenty of interviews where George Lucas is explaining the Force to Kathleen Kennedy, and it's like going like right over her head. Like, same thing with Dave Filoni. He's talking about the Force. He's saying what makes the Force great. There's good and evil, like, the philosophies of Star Wars. And those two dummies are like, so can we have more girls in it?
Kreese, remember, the Force is female, man. The Force is female.
Yeah.
Well, like, you know what? The Force is female. Let's talk about that for a minute. Because there was this amazing badass character. I don't know if you remember her, but her name was Darth Talon. Right? Yeah, we had Darth Talon. She was pretty badass and she was pretty female, right?
What about Sean?
Darth Talon, because she got better tits.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But I mean, like, and I was really looking forward to at one point, like, this character coming in because, like, she was, just like perfect, right? Male gaze, like women would be kind of like offended, but also turned on. And she would just kick ass like all over the place, but we'll never see her. And I'm really sad. Like, that's all I wanted. I just wanted Darth Talon to be on the screen.
Yeah, but we got
Rey. We have Rey.
No.
Rey Palpatine.
No.
Not Skywalker.
No, the actress is fine, but she's not Darth Talon. Okay.
I mean, and I'm a big fan of Rosario Dawson. Don't get me wrong. Her Ahsoka is like boring, man. Like when I went to SpaceCon, I didn't even go for her for Ahsoka. I went for her for Clerks too. Like that's the reason why I went to go see Rosario Dawson.
Because then you watch Hayden Christensen in the show, and he's like moves like he is episode 3.
He Vadered. He
was holding back. Like, you could tell that he wanted to just like straight up but Dave Filoni says you can't like beat up my character.
Just tune it down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because when you're watching them practice, like obviously he's working like it's episode 3, and like obviously she's slowly because she hasn't been as practiced as he was with the lightsaber.
I mean, yeah, but still, that's where you just need to get your stunt double in, like, that actually knows how, like, have a female that can actually know how to do lightsaber. Because I've seen it before. Like, there are females that know how to do lightsaber combat, like,
and they do it in the parking lot outside the coffee house. Yeah,
they can do it. Like, that's something.
Why didn't you just
that our hardcore women fans know Star Wars know how to wield a lightsaber? Have them go against Hayden Christensen. Bam! That's how you make the story. I mean, make the thing believable. Like, but like you said, they don't want to pay anybody. They just say like, yeah, just figure it out or whatever. Like,
or make AI write it. Like, somebody was explaining to me the plot of like The Acolyte, and then I had listened, and then they had me listen.
Oh no!
And they had me listen to it because one of the things that happened when like AI came out originally is that I was working at a game studio, and my CEO actually used AI to like write some stuff. And he came into the writing room and he was just like, okay, so I just want you guys to clean this up and use it. And it was absolute slop. Like whatever you think slop is right now, like make that slop drunk. And that's what he brought into the writing room. But when he did that, I was like, oh no, because if he's doing it, I know that this is going to be a thing. And so I spent a lot of time studying AI. Like I know its syntax and when it shows up in writing and stuff like that. And I will say it's gotten a little scary better in the sense that when I read a blog post, I can't tell if it was actually used to write it or if it was used to spell check, because it always likes to sneak its syntax in there just a little bit. But when I was going through the Acolyte stuff that people were sharing with me, I was like, AI wrote this. Like there's no fucking around with it. It's completely written by AI.
Yeah. We were
we
watching Acolyte. We were watching the Acolyte, and
only one good episode. Only one good episode. That was episode 5 where everybody died.
Yeah,
and barely any conversations at all happened.
Yeah, let me say it this way: if somebody actually did write the story, it was either written extremely badly. I'm sorry, or they used AI to try and strengthen it without actually reading it. Which I have seen writers do that before. It's like if you make the AI do something, you have to actually check what it's doing.
You got to check your work.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the basic skills that your teacher told you that you like back in the day that you should use or whatever. If you're gonna be a writer, I'm sorry, like if you're gonna be a writer, you need to use the things that make writers great, like the basics. You get good at the basics. Once you get good at the basics, then you can master your writing skill. I believe that. Like I'm assuming you're a writer or whatever, you know, that's just you just can't just skip things or whatever because it doesn't make you feel good or whatever. Like you gotta.
Yeah, and I talked to one guy because he really just wants to use AI to write his book. And you know what? Whatever makes you happy, right? But I told him he still needed to learn how to write, because even though he's using AI to make it spit out like 1,000 words, like you have to make sure that those 1,000 words are actually good. And you know, and the AI is one, it's got a limited memory. I don't know if you guys heard, we have like a RAM problem right now, right? Because they're trying to use it to do all this calculation, this writing, this, you know, it's so strange that I live in an age where AI gets to make pictures and do like creative writing, but I still have to do dishes and vacuuming. Like I'm a little confused about how this came about, but whatever. But it doesn't understand like the nuances of writing or what makes dialogue good, or things like paragraph formatting, for example. Like I was going through it with one person because they used AI to write like a certain passage. And I'll tell you this. So when you write in a book, all characters in a scene are selfish children. And what I mean by that is that they don't share lines with each other, right? And the reason it's formatted that way is as you as the reader read it, you are understanding what action is happening with who. So it will break it down that way. That's how we're supposed to do it. But AI will just jumble it all together and stuff like that. But if you don't know anything about writing, you won't know that, and you'll think it's fine, and then you'll be hearing from people like your writing's confusing. I can't follow what's going on.
Isn't there a book called like Where's the Cat or something like that?
Save the Cat.
Yeah, that's the book that y'all guys usually read to understand how to make a pretty good story.
Yeah, a little bit. So Save the Cat has to do with story beats. And so what I mean by story beats is kind of like expectations that you as a digester of media is expecting. So for example, we have the ordinary world. So this is like the moment that you see that is the character's normal. So if we look at Mad Max, for example, like that opening pan scene, right? We're in this dystopia place. He's kind of dressed ragged. There's like a lizard that he picks up and he eats. And so all of that is to set the scene and show that he is a guy that is surviving in this crazy ass world, right? So that's the ordinary world. And then the next beat would be the catalyst. So it's the thing that throws him into the story. In this case, he gets abducted, right? He gets picked up, and then he gets used as a meat bag or a blood bag. We'll say it that way. So that's his catalyst. So he is in the story, whether he likes it or not. There's no choice. Like he tried to get away. It didn't work. And then we follow the story as you know, they're going after Fury and all of that. So that's what Save the Cat is. I'm not going to say that Save the Cat is going to go over the nuances of like paragraph formatting or like syntax, or you know, how to, you know, eliminate things. We call them word and phrase echoes. So like in speech, we do it all the time because like our brains are still processing unless we've written a speech. But like in writing, when it happens, it's dangerous because if it happens like that, it will sometimes subconsciously kick your reader out of the story so they're not as immersed in it. Or it will come off as boring or tedious. That's partly why when I see some works that come across and a lot of the sentences start with the, I'm like, you got to break that up because your reader's going to get bored and they don't know why. And then they're going to put your book down. They'll never pick it up again. And now you're fucked.
Okay. And so okay, that's something. Hey, I'm learning about this stuff. I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm learning something new every single day right here or whatever. But yeah, final. This is gonna be the final subject, Carrow, because I know it's like we still got a couple more minutes. But final subject is our friend, our the guy, the leader of the DCU, Mr. James Gunn himself, says that he relates with Superman and Lex Luthor because like he understands that hey, I understand the chaos of Lex Luthor, but I also understand the mid Western values of Superman. BS and BS on both of those. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like,
I never
James
heard that.
Gunn
but
needs to shut the hell up. That's all I gotta say. Somebody needs to take his social media away from him. He needs to shut the hell up and make good movies.
I think he's retarded.
You think? Jury's not out on that one. He is.
it's like, you remember when we were all saying that James Gunn was that guy or whatever? We were saying like, he gave us Guardians, he gave us the Suicide Squad, we were saying like, hey, maybe he'll do good with Superman. Me personally, he was not my first choice to do the Superman movie, even though I still like it for what it is. It has a whole bunch of problems, but yeesh. My guy, stop it. Pencils down, as Ass says in the Ripper in the Silverback. Like, pencils down. Dog, what are we doing here? Be quiet. Just stop. Like, stop it. Like, so Carrow, if you was working with James Gunn, how would you assess this situation?
Oh no.
Change his passwords.
Like, I think there was an interview I read that he did where he said he took like inspiration from Bollywood, and I read that before I went to the movie, and I was like, oh no. Not because I don't like Bollywood. It's just that Bollywood does things a certain kind of way, and I definitely saw that influence when I was watching it. Maybe it's confirmation bias, I don't know. But like there were some things about the Superman film that I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cute or that's nice. Like Lois Lane was actually like a Lois Lane, which I really appreciated after the previous Lois Lane. That actress was great, but she wasn't Lois Lane. But there were things in there that really like made me very irritated. So for example, I don't know why James Gunn felt the need to make all masculine men in that film cry. Like every one of them, like the sports reporter, Clark cried, Clark's dad cried, Lex cried. I was so upset when Lex cried. I was about to like leave. And it's like if you wanted to have and like if you want to have if you want to have the message that it's okay to cry for a guy, like I understand like some people want to do that. I'm not going to fight you on that, but I don't think you should make like every guy cry, right? It's like that's weird.
It is weird.
Did you ever watch the CW Superman and Lois show?
I did, yeah.
I love that one. It's really good.
It was way better. They had a good Lex Luthor in it.
And his dad didn't die by a tornado.
That's Man.
And he actually did Doomsday.
I don't
right.
care. It's Man.
Actually got Doomsday. My thing was they got Doomsday right in Superman and Lois.
Mm-hmm.
Superman and Lois, they got Doomsday right. The thing about Superman and Lois is, you want to know what's the crazy part, Carrow? You want to know what's the crazy part? All of the people that wrote Superman were Superman fans, and they understood the Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
That was the good part about that whole entire series. Like they were Superman fans, like all of them, like everybody that was on that writing staff. They didn't have their like little weirdo like oh, I feel like Superman is this. No, other than the truth and the better tomorrow thing, like you could get past that. Like they understood Superman. Like
Mm-hmm.
they knew who Clark Kent was. They knew who
Oh,
Superman
Tyler
was.
Hoechlin was a
Yeah.
perfect Clark Kent
They all
Superman.
like they everybody on that show was good. Like everybody that was in their parts, you felt like they were the character that you were watching a Superman comic live on the CW, which that's weird in itself. Like because
Yeah.
CW is not that
CW
good.
Yeah,
did it better anyway.
Hey, I've
yeah,
said this multiple times before it became popular. No matter how bad the CW shows were, they were at least faithful and at least trying to be faithful to the source material, where the movie is 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Arrow had some good seasons, bad seasons. Flash had good seasons, bad seasons. You know, Legends were okay season 1. Don't get me started on Batwoman. Stargirl was okay to a point, but when they brought it up to CW, it got a little bit better, and it
was originally on the CW.
It died.
On
I
it.
heard
It was
Black
like
Lightning, I heard Black Lightning was pretty funny though.
Black Lightning's pretty good.
Black Lightning
actually.
was really good. Black Lightning
Yeah,
was
it was
really
one
good.
of the more consistently good ones outside one of the main ones.
I heard that one of the guys, I think his name was Tobias or whatever, like
Tobias.
Oh yeah, he
Whale?
was the main villain of season 1 is going to be
Yeah.
Tombstone and Spider-Man.
Yeah, like he's the albino dude. Like
he's funny though. The actor's pretty funny.
He was really acting like Vagabond, if you catch my drift. Like,
Oh.
like
The thing is though, does the guy like feet? Because that's the only way he'd be close enough to Vagabond.
I was hesitant to ask that question.
But yeah, that's, I don't know, man. Like, I think James just needs to just like go to the abyss and just stop talking and just create, man. Like, be like the Superman and Lois Superman and Lois crew, and just understand the source material. I don't think he understands Superman. He said this is what he said. He said that I finally cracked Superman when I eventually got Crypto on there. What?
No, because like Superman is supposed to be hope, right? That's what Superman is. Like that's his whole purpose. Like one of the things that made me upset about like this new freaking. Sorry, I have to I know I've been free with some of my language, but I'm trying to not be too crass on this. When they came out with like that new like Son of Kal-El thing that came out, it starts off with like Superman being like, I don't want to be here anymore, and you guys are terrible, and I'm leaving. He flies off, and I'm like, wow, you like abandoned us. Like that goes against everything that has been established for this character, right? Yes. And I know it was just a weak excuse to have him leave. Like you could have had any excuse. It could have been like, there's a threat in another part of the galaxy and they need help and the only person that can do it is me. That would have been a way better reason than being like, y'all suck and I'm leaving. Right. And that really bothered me. And I understand. I think Gunn wanted to try and show like the more human side of Clark, and I'm not going to fault him for that, but I'm sorry. Like they kind of did that with Henry Cavill already, you know?
Yeah. Like like Henry Cavill was Superman all the time with the Clark Kent glasses. Like that's what it was. We were just actually talking about Man of Steel before you got here or whatever, and you know there were like scenes in Man of Steel that were really great, and then there were scenes in James Gunn's Superman that was really good or whatever, really great or whatever. But it just felt like with Snyder and Gunn, they didn't get Superman correctly like they did with Donner.
What the thing is they failed to do is when it comes to Superman, and it's like with Batman, Clark Kent is the man. Superman is the mask, right? Unlike Batman, Batman is the man, Bruce Wayne is the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And they just never get that right with Superman or Batman in live action. They don't. And
I mean, Superman
like-
Lois did or whatever, but I get what
They
you're
got
saying.
it right. They got
Yeah.
it right. You know, it's like for me, it's like I'm a huge Batman fan. I love Batman, and we know that the guy that did have you seen Welcome to Derry?
No, I haven't seen it. My husband did. He said it wasn't terrible. I was too busy watching My Hero Academia, so I'm sorry.
It's the real one. Okay. We need to
Okay,
finish
I got major question: sub or
Oh,
dub?
no.
Oh Jesus.
Sub or dub?
I'm
Oh.
dyslexic, so it has to be dub.
Yes! One of us. One of us.
That's right, Sophie and Vagabond. What's kick of the duck? See, that's why I like her. See, yeah. There we go. Like,
Because if
we
you tried to make me watch it sub, I would have to like pause it like every time they talked, right? And then read it and then keep going.
we tried to watch it. We got the first 2 episodes in English dub. We loved them, and then the rest of them were subtitled. And I was literally playing video games while we were watching. I just didn't care.
It was hard, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm
As
like
someone who usually is the dub, does the sub, the sub was really hard to watch, especially partly because we didn't care really about My Hero Academia.
Oh, look who shows up!
to begin with.
Vagabond shows up. Ah.
Oh, speaking of,
hey, guess what? You lost, all right? She's a
Again.
dub fan. Yeah. I don't want to hear it no more.
Oh, they
sir.
lost Saturday night. The dub versus sub debate between you. They already lost.
it was
man.
4-2, I think,
It's
and
like-
dubbed won.
There we go. That's what I said. My girl Carrow understands. All right, like
Yeah, we're right now. We're trying to muscle through season 3 of One Punch Man, and what we saw last night was terrible.
Was it
There was,
how
um,
bad? How
there was-
bad was it?
How bad was it?
Eesh.
Oh no, Phantom froze. Come back, Phantom. Oh, there. Wait, is he back?
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, you froze, or
It
you
was,
were just
it
really
was awful.
still.
It
was.
was awful.
It was pretty bad.
It literally got to the point where I literally started playing the video game Digging a Hole because I was so out of it.
The thing is we're gonna lock it in for next week because I'm telling these boys, like, listen, lock it in. We're doing 5 episodes next week, and then the last week we're gonna do 4 episodes just to get it done. Because the only reason why we watching it because we just want to see how bad it was, what people were talking
But
about.
then you're gonna make me watch Wonder Man.
Oh yes, of course.
There was one anime I watched. I think it was like OG Gundam Wing with like the 3 boys and stuff like that. And I watched all 54 episodes like just back to back. And at one point I was like, I don't like where did the plot go? Like I'm so confused. Yeah, that's what I watched. And it was like and all I came out with was like Earth bad, Spacer's good. Like that was all I came out with.
So
You still went with G Gundam. You should went with G Gundam.
As a fan of Gundam Wing, I will tell people this: like, it is a watch. Okay, like it's one of those nostalgia type of watches. Like you had to grow up and watch it, like when it was coming out or whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's like the greatest series ever, but it's more of a nostalgic series, and it's okay. If you're into politics, I recommend Gundam Wing or whatever, because like it breaks down like how it's pretty similar to what we got going on in the United States or whatever. Like, you know, people that are really pacifist and people that are pro-war or whatever. Like, you know, you got the pacifists that are really liberal, and you got the people that are pro-war that are like, you know, it's pro-war. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a political drama that is like really confusing. And like you said, Earth bad, people good. Like, you know, Federation is all over the place. Zex is the best character in my opinion. Like Zex.
I just remember like that one scene where like what's her face was going up to the dude, and she was like, "Do you want to come to my birthday party?" And he takes it and he like shreds it, and then it like flies everywhere in the wind. And she's like, "Ah!" And he's like, "I go alone," and walks off.
Chris, what was that really bad when you watched? Was it Gundam Wing? Was it Gundam Wing Witch or something?
I haven't seen that one. No,
it was Gundam Witch.
Which Witchblade or what? No, that's not Gundam. That was just like TikTok.
Oh,
Okay.
Witchblade? That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Vagabond explained it that it's basically if
No,
Kathleen
there's a
Kennedy made
Gundam series
Gundam.
that's called it's Gundam Witch,
Something
and it's
like that.
literally for the TikTok generation. They do a
It's like
Is that, for
TikTok.
the, is that the Mercury one? Like Gundam?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Like
Okay.
Gundam Wing Mercury Rich, something like it is
Which
like
from Mercury.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, Vagabond said it's basically if Kathleen Kennedy made a Gundam show.
it's
Cause-
not good.
I'm trying to make my way like through all of the Gundam right now. Like my favorite right now is Iron Blooded Orphans.
Ooh, yes.
That's my
I love that
favorite.
one.
Yeah,
I love that one.
I keep trying to get through Unicorn, but like all of like the sudden gasping and the longing looks off into the distance are kind of getting to me. But I'm gonna get through it.
Unicorn is okay.
Yeah.
I know
my favorite is G Gundam.
Yeah,
G
my boy's
Gundam
gonna
is my
say G
favorite
Gundam
series.
or whatever. I don't know if you watched that one before, like G Gundam or whatever.
I haven't seen that one. No, how many Gundams are there? There's like
Too many.
Yeah, isn't
Too
there
many.
like 56
Too
or
many.
something? Yeah.
Too many.
Well,
like,
I mean, the show's been around since 1975. There's over 50 seasons.
you got
50
enough
different
Gundam content
series.
to last you a long
Yeah.
time, Carrow. Like, I'm gonna be honest
Yeah.
with you. But if you wanted something that's different from the Gundam franchise or whatever, you want to like dip your toe into something different. Me and Phantom recommend G Gundam. It's
Okay.
like if you like
It's Gundam with
like
Super
My Hero-
Saiyans.
Yeah, if you like My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, that's the show. That's the show right there. And
look
the
at this.
Yeah,
English
so
dub
you
for it is
the main character, his name's Domon Kashu, and he's
Yeah.
literally he has the moniker of the King of Hearts, and he
Yeah.
has a crest that shows up on his hand, and he says, it's not like the normal Gundam where you have politics. There's some politics in it, but this is like
It's
a
in the
straight up
background. It's a
battle.
tournament.
This is
I was just
straight up
looking
shonen.
at some of the screenshots. That looks pretty rad.
Well,
Yeah,
the intro.
Watch that one next.
The intros
After
are
you're done with Blood
good.
Orphan, watch that one
Yeah.
next. Like
Oh no,
that-
so I'm gonna finish My Hero Academia. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think
Watch
I'm
My
on.
Hero Academia, and
I
then
think
like,
I'm on season 5 right now, and so there's only 8 seasons, so we're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be
Yeah,
hip and
'cause-
cool with everybody
'cause
that
the-
watches it.
He's got a little cool thing. He says, "This hand of mine is burning red. Its thou rod tells me the grasp victory," and it's his specialty move.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Burning finger. Yeah.
Yeah. Recommend you watch that. And since we got like 9 minutes, we can start rounding this thing off.
Wait, no, I have more anime questions. Have you
Oh,
guys
go.
seen the Final Fantasy anime? Have you seen that one?
Advent
not
Children?
yet.
I have
I've
not
heard
watched-
it. I've heard it, but I've seen like maybe the one Final Fantasy movie that Alec Baldwin was in, like in the 90s.
There was like I think it was like 12 or 24. Don't quote me, but it was interesting because there was like a guy and he had like because you know how like in some of them there's always like the gun character or whatnot.
Yeah.
And so like this gun character actually like has his gun like stuck on his hand, and the only way he can fire it is to like get like the soil from certain components. And it's always like a Sailor Moon thing where he was like, I call upon the soil to da 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 da. And it's like oh, so I can just fast forward for the next 3 minutes and then keep going.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that you're a Sailor Moon fan.
I
when
am.
We were at when we were at SpaceCon. You did tell me that when you were going.
That
out
was
to
that
Japan.
was my gateway drug. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I didn't know. So when anime first came to America, they were just still calling it cartoons. They didn't call it anime. And then when I realized that Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon were like the same thing, I was kind of like, it like blew my brain. I was like, I have to find more of this. And the internet had just become a thing at that point. And yes, I am talking about the Unlimited. Thank you. And so that was like my serious gateway drug into anime. And my dad hated it. He absolutely hated it.
You usually have.
He hated it so bad, especially because one of the things I was reading was Rama 1/2 at one point, which is absolutely hilarious, right? But he was reading it, and all he took, and my father, bless him, is a very traditional Southern guy from Missouri, right? And so he was reading this story about this guy that turns into a chick and a dude that turns into a duck and like all this other stuff, and he was like,
Where's
"You gotta hear this."
Vagabond? Where's Vagabond saying, I swear it's not hentai?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then there was obviously like the near titty exposures and stuff like that. And he was like, "This is trash, and you're gonna throw it away." And I was like, "Oh no!" And so like I was like at school.
You have to sneak it. You have to like sneak
No,
that mug. Like
I absolutely was. I absolutely was. Like I had a friend with like an empty locker because she never used it. I was like, I need you to help me save my manga, right? And so like all my manga was in her locker.
hey, I mean,
Hey, that's how it was with me and Fist of the North Star in the early '80s.
Yeah.
You know,
And of course, like my dad, because I was so into comics, like CrossGen was around and I was reading Top Cow and everything else. And my dad, when I was reading, I think it was Darkness, I was reading Darkness in my bedroom. And my dad was like, "You're gonna have to grow out of this at some point because like grown-ups don't do
Never.
this, right?" And
never.
so now
I am
now I
50
work in
years
comics.
old and I still watch anime.
I know, but like, I work in comics now, and I know my dad watches the cartoons, but I think he was trying to do like this, like, you need to grow up and blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
Never.
no, I'm never growing up.
Well,
You know,
Phantom
you know what's
hasn't
crazy?
grown up.
You know what's the crazy part? It's like, our parents won't even admit it, but like y'all guys didn't grow up out your stuff because who do you think we learned Star Wars and Indiana Jones from? You think we just
Mhm.
like just said like, yo, we think this is cool? Yeah, we learned from you guys. Like, so no.
My favorite comic run was probably, was it Super? I think it was Supergirl with the Linda Davis run. If you guys remember that when she was actually like an Earthbound angel. If you guys remember, I probably messed up her last name a little bit because I always do that. But I really liked it because it was really breaking the mold on like what they were doing with Supergirl and like changing like the stakes and the things that were like super concerning while still keeping it within like the universe. I thought that was really cool. And I stopped reading it after they tried to basically adopt the comic to the cartoon and all that. And I was like, no, fuck this, I'm out. So, but I really, that was probably my favorite run when it was true to form. I think in some ways it still inspires me too. The way that they started it and how she like evolved and like grew confident as a person and everything. So
yeah. Yeah.
I still think the only thing that's going to be good in her movie is going to be Lobo.
Probably.
I'm
I'm not watching it. It's
I
not for me.
I'm not going to pay to go watch Supergirl or whatever. Like
Wink,
now
wink.
if it happened to like land off of the truck in front of my house or whatever, and Ebola was to,
Time to sell the high seas.
yeah, Ebola was to tell me about One Piece and we sailed the high seas to watch this movie. Yeah, I mean I'll
What
watch
am I?
it then.
Am I the new ABF over here?
Maybe.
I think if I read it, it was like, I was talking about this with Danny over at Comics and that's her channel. We were talking about it today about like how like movies have evolved and kind of shifted. So like when we were all younger and we went to the movies, most of us, I know some of you are like, not me, no, I'm different. But most of us, when we went to go see the movies, we went with friends, right? Like it was a big community experience. And it also didn't cost $22 a ticket, right? But we would go and we would watch the film, and then afterwards we would go somewhere and talk about our excitement about what we watched, right? But now it's not like that. Now it's like the $22 to have the ticket, the drink, and all that other stuff, only to watch a movie that in 6 weeks will come out on streaming services. So why am I leaving my house? Right? Like
We
I don't
talked about
understand.
this last week. We actually talked about this last week. I told the guys, it's like the movie theaters are dying.
Yeah.
People would rather be sitting on their comfortable couch on their big screen TV and watch a movie. They can make their own popcorn. They don't have to spend like last time I went to the theater, it was for the first Michael Bay Transformers movie. And it cost me a little over $100 to take 5 people, get food and drinks and snacks.
Oh yeah. So in the chat they're saying for 3 people it's $60 to watch a film. Like I don't know about you guys, but things are kind of tight right now. Like
Yeah. But also, that was another thing, Carrow. Like, and I think Chris Gore even talked about it. Like, they don't even subsidize families anymore. Like, they used to have family packages for movies. Like, they used to help like kids get into the movies. Like, it used to be like maybe like $5 just to get a kid into the movie or whatever, like under the age of 10 or something like that. Or whatever. They used to help out college kids. They kind of help out college kids.
seniors, yeah.
they kind of help out college kids. They only take like $5 off on a normal day or whatever, and then they try to do this like on Tuesday or like Wednesday. Oh yeah, half the price, like $7 or $8 on a Tuesday. Man, nobody ain't gonna show up to the movie theaters in the middle of the week or whatever. Like, I'm sorry, I got a life. I'm not gonna show up.
I gotta go to work.
I gotta go to work the next
Yeah.
day. Like,
Hey, Chris, we gotta ask her one important question. Have you ever seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
I have.
And like it?
I like it a lot. And the reason I like it isn't because of the musical numbers or the finely tuned choreography, but what I really like about it is the way that they're depicting the girls.
Mhm.
Because even though you've got like the three archetypes that are in there, they're still friends and they're still girls. And the thing that like really sealed it for me was like at the end and like, the bathtub when one starts crying, then they start all doing empathy crying, right? And that's such girl behavior, right? And I really love that because one of the issues that I have with the way that women are depicted in media, so that's TV shows, movies, sometimes books, right? Books aren't as bad, it depends on who writes it.
Mhm.
But usually it's just a dude with no tits, right? And sometimes with movies, the reason that happens is because the script is originally written for a man to place it or to play it, and then they switch it. And there's reasons why that happens. I could rant about that for a while. I know you don't have that much time. But it's just the fact that like as a society we're telling women to not act like women. Like I know I'm very monotone right now and stuff like that, but like let me tell you, like I got emotions and things like that, and I just choose when to express them and the appropriate time not to, right?
Yeah.
And just the fact that most of the time women are being told like, no, you don't have emotions and you need to be like, boss babe and all this other stuff. And so like the more that you pressure cook that down, like it doesn't surprise me like when some women are just like losing their absolute fucking mind, right?
Women are crashing out right now
Yeah.
because they can't be
They
what
can't be
God-
women.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying. How God created you guys to be, like, hey, there's certain things that women are good at. There's certain things that men are good at, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way the circle of life is. Okay, like.
But then you have like these absolute retards that are doing woman face and they're getting praised for acting the way that women are told not to behave, right? Like it's so crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I think
Yeah, we
have
got
to
one of
invite
them in
her
the
for
chat. His name's Atomic Patriot.
we definitely got to invite you back for women's month or something, like, and we could talk about like woman movies or something. I don't know,
Like
Oh,
actually good ones?
We do actually do a show on Sundays called Matinee with the Homies. We'd love to have you come back on that one.
Yeah, sure.
But,
Maybe in a month or so.
bit. Well, it is like it has hit our time. We went over a minute, but like before everybody goes, like, Carrow, what you got going on?
I have a couple of things that are going on. Dirty Deeds is live. It'll be alive until the 30th of this month. So even if you don't want to spend your Christmas money on it, I understand. But tax season is coming up, so you can file your taxes and get your return and buy a book for your book. All right. If that's what you want to do. If you want to buy the cool badass poster of Arid like having a rage baby moment, you can do that too. I'm pretty fond of that poster. Other than that, if you guys are interested in my work, I do have some books that are out. The first one is called Queens of Swords and Silence. It's about Madini Monster, who's learning how to make friends and find love and doing it very badly while being blamed for things going on in the world. If you are somebody that is looking to get a gift for your girlfriend and she happens to like romance novels, I also have a romance novel. It's called Roll D20 for Love. It's about two tabletop nerds that meet each other at a game and end up falling in love over the course of the story. So if you're interested in that, you can do that too. My channel is pretty dead, but if you are really bored, there's a video of when I got super drunk while ranting about 50 Shades of Grey and I fell out of the chair. So you're welcome to watch that if you want. That's still available for you. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think about what else is going on. For me. Okay, but I'll tell you what, because I told the guys backstage, but next week Eric might launch something. He
so
might
we
launch
gotta add
something.
more extra money. So
Exclusive!
your tax money, exclusive tax money, baby.
He might launch something. He might. Okay, might. He may change his mind. Okay. But I do know like this weekend we're also launching Daughter's Revenge, which for Rippison. So that
Great
is
book.
that's Jay, and I think X-Wing is involved with that, and
Yeah.
Eric Hudson is the artist for that. It's really good. I got a chance to edit it, and outside of like correcting commas, I didn't have anything to say about the book. So there you go.
Definitely need to get Jay back on. I needed
Oh,
like
Jay's
yeah.
nice.
yeah,
Jay's
Jay's awesome.
delightful.
Jay
I've
Jay's
only talked to like X-Wing like 2 times, and he was like an absolute like charm to have.
X-Wing's pretty cool too. Like we
Yeah,
were
and
hanging
Eric
with.
Hudson's really good. You guys would love Eric Hudson.
Okay, yeah, I definitely will reach out to him too. Ebola, what you got going on, man? Ebola. Ebola.
Come back.
Soapy's guy's tongue.
Hilarious. What?
What do you got going on, man? We're
Okay.
wrapping it up. Come on,
Okay,
dog. Lock it in.
Okay, I have a video Friday reacting to something. I'll figure it out when it happens. Sometimes it's just a random. So we have gaming with the homies Saturday, which we don't know where we're actually playing yet. Then it's Vagabond stream, which me and Chris trying to make it sane. Then I have my videos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Friday with Sophie
Date
as
night.
usual. And then Thursday my solo stream before here as usual. So that's it. That's about it.
And for myself, so yes, so Saturday night we're going to be doing gaming with the homies. We probably be playing Among Us. Sunday matinee with the homies. We're going to be talking about remakes, and if you guys are part of the official For the Homies Discord, tomorrow night we're going to be watching the 2012 Dread with Carl Urban. Then next week we don't have a guest next week, but we got a pretty good idea. We might go back and fan write Man of Steel. And the following week, we might have a surprise for you guys next week also. But Carrow, thank you for coming on. It was a pleasure. You're
Yeah.
welcome back at any time.
I would love to come back.
I gotta do my stuff too, real quick.
Yeah, and Crease.
Yeah. Real quick. Yeah. So I should be having a video coming out on Dave Filoni. Like I let Phantom take care of that. It's probably dropped tomorrow or whatever. Also, swear it's not hentai. I'll probably be on that weekend or whatever, depending on how my schedule is. Also, Wednesday nights we are gonna start doing more anime. So like if you're into anime right now, we are watching One Punch Man season 3. We're gonna lock it in on this one. We're watching 5 episodes in a row, so y'all better be ready for bad anime, okay? Like we're gonna
Get your
watch bad
pucker
anime.
factor ready.
Yeah, you better be ready. And then the week after next, or whatever, like the last week of January or whatever, we will Ebola, my friend here, like Ebola, you're awesome. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna be watching some Wonder Man. So like we're gonna be the homies is busy like on Wednesdays now. So
I'm not gonna be happy.
Oh, I know
Let's
what
just
movie we
say.
can watch
ooh.
when I come back. We can watch Meteor Man.
Well,
Okay,
we're
I like her
actually
now.
we're actually gonna be watching that for Black History Month because for matinee with the homies, we have a whole month talking about
I
black
wanna watch
black
it.
movies.
I want to watch it.
Okay,
Yeah.
we gotta send you.
We'll send you the link to our Discord.
Yeah, I want to watch it with you. The reason I want to watch it because I was thinking about the last at SpaceCon when we were talking, and I went to go buy a shirt from a guy, and he's like, "Do you know the history of that shirt?" And I was like, "I really just wanted to give you money, right?" And he was the one that had to remind me about Meteor Man. So I have an actual like custom Meteor Man shirt.
Yes.
I love that movie. I love that movie.
like
It's
this
a good
movie.
movie.
All right,
Yeah.
I liked it.
One of us.
One of us.
Well, it's so funny because he was actually like the first black superhero, right? And he got so popular that the comic industry was like, "Okay, we have to put him in a book."
He's like he's like one of the first black superheroes to ever be on like media television before, of course, Wesley Snipes' Blade or whatever. But yeah, like him and Blank Man, like them two right
Mhm.
there, like those are like classics right there, man. Like,
Yeah.
but yes, like Phantom said, Carrow, thank you for coming on, or whatever. And once again, shout out to the Riververse. That's all we got, guys. So, peace out.
Thank you guys for coming in, and we'll see you guys Saturday night for Gaming with the Homies. I'm Phantom X. He's Boom and Bob. She's Rippo's right hand woman, Carrow, and we got MMA Chris King Jr. We are the homies, and we're out. And in the mortal words of Vagabond, if it's brown, flush it down. Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
Good night. Bye.